Welcome to ranking villains by their chances of beating Omniman. Sit back and enjoy the show. So yesterday I decided to watch Avengers Endgame again, and while watching Thanos rip the Avengers to threads, I couldn't help but think, what if Doctor Strange just used his multiverse spell so Thanos would have to face the likes of, I don't know, Omniman? So I decided to make this video. Let's do it. I'll be ranking every villain individually by their chances of beating Omniman. I'll also be placing them in one of these categories: RIP Omniman. This is self-explanatory. Split decision. This means the fight could go either way, but Omniman just clutches it. Omniman breaks a sweat. This is where I'll place villains that could give Omniman a run for his money, but would still end up losing. And lastly, we have Omniman easily wins. Also self-explanatory. If you like this video, let me know. It's safe to say Thanos soloed the Avengers. They just used time travel to get their leg back, which, I mean, fair play. But what if Thanos had to face Omniman? Now, we know Omniman is a Viltrumite, so this wouldn't be such an easy fight at all. Let's also consider Thanos only gets to use one of his Infinity Stones during this fight. Otherwise, we might as well make it Omniman versus the Infinity Gauntlet. With that being said, I still think Thanos poses a big threat to Omniman. I mean, he made Hulk look like one of those inflatable things with just one stone. Now, because Omniman can fly and Thanos can't, his best bet would be to use the Reality Stone to allow himself to fly, or just make Omniman's legs weigh a planet or two. That way he can't just fly circles around him. Even then though, Omniman does have the unbeatable Skull Crusher, which I don't see Thanos surviving personally. That's if Omniman can land them, but let's be real, he was fast enough to catch Red Rush in this scene, so I'll give this one to Omniman and I'll put Thanos in Omniman breaks a sweat. Next, we have Silver Surfer. Now, although it's not necessarily a villain anymore, I say it's because, I mean, what even is this guy? He did start off as one when he first appeared in the Marvel comics. He's a powerful and mysterious observer of the universe.
Another world awaits. Let it be done quickly.
He seems to act only out of moral obligation and not free will. Only problem, if his moral obligation goes against yours, you're cooked. It's safe to say Omniman will look at the size of him and try brute force his way to beating him. Except Silver Surfer could just phase those attacks while dropping some deep philosophical jargon. Omniman is fast, but for some reason I feel like Silver Surfer is faster and smarter. I just can't see how Omniman wins this fight. I don't even see him landing a hit, so we'll put him in RIP Omniman. Next up, we have Frieza. Now, besides being a racist, this man definitely has some tricks up his sleeve. I could see this fight going either way, to be honest, and I don't know if that's props to Omniman or Frieza. Maybe it's the Dragon Ball kid in me, but I think Frieza wipes the floor with Omniman. Not quite as easily as the Silver Surfer, but hey, a win is a win. Frieza can also perform moves that Omniman hasn't seen before, like shooting a beam of highly concentrated electrons from your fingertip. Another thing to keep in mind here is that the longer the fight progresses, the more unbeatable Frieza will become, because he'll just learn all Omniman's moves. Now again, I don't know if Frieza has ever come up against the Speedster, but maybe Omniman will have the edge in close quarters combat due to his insanely fast perception. I'll still give it to Frieza though. Split decision, Frieza. Next up, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, RIP Omniman. Next up, Hancock. Now, he's not a traditional villain, so to say. He's just kind of in between, but let's count him anyway. Hancock is more than just Will Smith with a questionable name. The best way to put it is that he's an anomaly. He answers to no one, only what feels right to him, and that usually means something bad is gonna happen. He's an alcoholic drug addict with Superman's genetics, except no laser eyes. He kinda just doesn't care about anything. He'll save you if he feels like it, but if he's too hungover, then he won't really care. He's also just OP, which makes it very entertaining to watch. The problem is Omniman is just as OP, if not more OP. Hancock's abilities include super strength, flight, regeneration, which means he heals super fast, longevity, which means he doesn't age. I mean, the guy's been alive for literally hundreds of years, according to my research. And lastly, he's got street smarts, which means in a fight, he's unpredictable, unlike Omniman. I still just think Omniman overpowers this dude. I mean, it wouldn't be a walk in the park, but let's be real. Now, Hancock could pull some shit out of nowhere that changes everything, or he just won't care as much. So as much as it hurts, I'll have to put him in Omniman easily wins. Also, there's no evidence he can survive space, so Omniman can literally just fly him up to the moon and clutch the fight. So yeah, Omniman clears for me. Next in line, we have Loki, this guy's brother. On the surface, you might think Omniman solos easily, but if Loki has weeks to prepare for this fight, Omniman might be cooked, I'm not gonna lie. Stay with me now. Loki's abilities include everything that falls under magic mastery. It means illusions, teleportation, random blasts, and he can manipulate reality. I know, he's kind of a cheat code. Now, like I said, if Loki has time to prepare, he'd obviously consider the fact that he's way less physically capable than Omniman, so he's better best bet would be to gather artifacts like the Tesseract or the Scepter or pretty much anything else, and he could use it to literally chuck Omni-Man into a different realm and leave him there. Technically that counts, but if the fight were to go any other way, I think we all know Omni-Man just overpowers this man. So yeah, let's not think too much about it. We'll put him in. Omni-Man easily wins. Next we have Evil Superman. You know, the one from Parallel Earth. Now, Evil Superman is simply a sick, twisted version of Superman who wants nothing but to see the world burn. He still retains all Superman's abilities such as super speed, flight, super strength, durability, blah blah blah. You know how it goes. Now, this fight would definitely require one important clause. That is, no kryptonite is allowed. I don't care if I'm moving the goalposts, no kryptonite. Now, Omni-Man could definitely do some damage, but so could Superman. Now, my heart says Superman just because I've seen so much of him my whole life. Is there a bias there? I prefer not to speak. Now, if this were regular Superman, then it would definitely a much closer fight. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it would probably be a split decision. But since this is Evil Superman, it's very hard to imagine Omni-Man winning this fight. We all know Superman would sustain the least amount of damage considering everything Omni-Man can do. Superman can do too, and some. He literally has laser eyes. Now, I trust Omni-Man would be fast enough to get out the way, but it would still give Evil Superman a decent enough advantage to clutch the fight. Superman also has a durability advantage in my opinion, so yeah, we'll put him in split decision. Evil Superman wins. Next, we got my GOAT, Reverse Flash, or Earbot Dawn. Those of you who've seen any iteration of this character will know just how OP he is. He's tampered with time travel so much that there's infinite versions of him in every timeline. How the heck did he do that? I've got no cooking clue. He's also willing to go to extreme lengths just to one-up his opponent. He created his own version of the Speed Force just so Barry and his team couldn't trace him. Pretty neat. Now, against Omni-Man, who's obviously a non-speedster, it's hard to see him lose. He could literally just toy with him for hours while time is damn near frozen. I know Omni-Man has fast perception, but with the negative speed force, there's pretty much nothing Omni-Man would be capable of doing to stop Reverse Flash. He could create 100 doppelgangers or just use a speed mirage to gang up on Omni-Man from all angles. Or, if he doesn't feel like it, he could just phase through Omni-Man's heart, thus ending the fight. Reverse Flash is way too goated, RIP Omni-Man. Next up, we got Heimdall, the guard of the Bifrost, one of Odin's 9 children. I'll only consider the Heimdall portrayed in God of War, not the Marvel iteration. The threat Heimdall poses is that he has the ability to see the near future before it happens. So every move Omni-Man is about to make, he would have seen and can adjust accordingly. He can also see for hundreds of miles and hear grass grow, but how that helps him in this fight is beyond my expertise. I could see the scrap go on for a while, Heimdall just dodging everything Omni-Man throws at him, but eventually he will become fatigued. Let's not forget Omni-Man can literally throw haymakers for days. Just because you can see the future doesn't mean you can stop it. But then again, Heimdall is technically a god. No way he loses to some deadbeat father. Split decision, Heimdall.